all new parents prepare for sleepless nights, but when Nina Wadia became a mum she developed anxiety-induced insomnia, which sparked 2 decades of troubled sleep. For years before having children, the former EastEnders actress struggled with an overactive brain, particularly at night, which she says brought some professional positives including clarity of thought about how to play characters. But after welcoming daughter Tia, now 19, then son Aiden 4 years later, Nina's propensity to overthink after dark progressed into anxiety-induced insomnia. At its worst, she was surviving on only 2 hours of sleep per night. "I wish somebody had told me when I decided to have a family that I'd never sleep again," says Nina, who played Zainab Masood in the BBC soap until 2013. "The night is where my anxiety lies because I'm a worrier. If an issue or a problem is upsetting me, I will not sleep until I find a solution, and a lot of times, that solution doesn't exist." First, Tia had colic for 3 years, so I'd lie awake all night worrying about that. Over the years, I'd wake 15 or 20 times because of restlessness rooted in stress over everything in my life from my house to my career. 5 years ago, following a family holiday to Thailand with her composer husband Ryaman Mirza, 55, Aiden collapsed on the flight home and was rushed to hospital where doctors diagnosed him with type 1 diabetes. Ever since, Aiden has needed to administer insulin 7 to 11 times a day to prevent him from having a fatal hypoglycemic attack, when blood glucose levels become too low. For the first 2 years of his life, before we got a Dexcom G6, which sounds an alarm when Aiden's insulin levels drop, I never slept more than 2 hours a night, and that was broken sleep, explains Nina, who appeared on Strictly Come Dancing in 2021. "I'm quite an anxious person and fret about everyone's well-being, so when this happened to Aiden those worries reached new heights. I'd lie awake wondering if he would have an attack and go into his room every 3 hours to prick his finger and check his blood glucose levels." Known as the night owl within her family, Nina, 54, says she developed a fear of the night as a child living in Mumbai. At 3 a.m., a security guy would walk up and down our lane banging his stick to prove he was on duty, she recalls. "As a child, this was a frightening sound." Do you enjoy reading about celebrities? Sign up for all the best celeb news from the Mirror here. Nina says although her work ethic meant sleep deprivation has never affected her career, she was keen to find a way to get more than her usual 4 or 5 hours a night. "In my mid-30s, I began to fear I'd burn out, so I went to my GP to get some help, but he simply told me it was my makeup, that some people have insomnia much worse, and to be grateful for getting 4 or 5 hours, which was so dismissive. I feel ill when I don't sleep, so I decided to stop drinking caffeine." It also heard other actors talking about power naps. After waking early to be on set, they'd grab a 20-minute power nap in their Winnebago. "When I first tried it, it felt like I'd slept for 5 hours, says Nina, who recently played Fate Mother in the Netflix adaptation of Neil Gaiman's Sandman. According to the pharmaceutical journal, up to half of us will experience insomnia at some point in our lives, and as many as 16 million UK adults suffer from sleepless nights. There are health implications too. A study by the University of Bristol linked insomnia to increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Research from the University of Cambridge also found people who are genetically predisposed to insomnia have a greater risk of heart failure, stroke and coronary artery disease. 3 years ago, aware of her sky-high BMI levels and realizing being overweight is a risk factor for prediabetes, which can increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Nina made some lifestyle changes. No longer a drive-everywhere person, she achieves 15,000 steps daily thanks to an hour and 45-minute morning walk with the family's cockapoo, Basil, which she monitors on a Fitbit. She also eats more vegetarian and pescatarian dinners and has lost 2.5 stone. I'm not sleeping for longer but I'm sleeping deeply because I'm physically tired, she says. Now I exercise just so I can sleep more soundly and because I know I'm better at sleeping, I'm more relaxed about it, which helps. She also uses her Fitbit's meditation features to ease her stress levels. I fall asleep listening to nature sounds, then the next thing I know, it's morning. Nina is exploring other ways to improve her sleep, including a pillow spray, which seems to help, and cooking with foods rich in magnesium, including fish, pumpkin and sunflower seeds, known as nature's tranquilizer. Over the past few years I've noticed real improvements, hopefully it's the start of better sleep to come, says Nina. My sleep is a work in progress. Nina has been working with Fitbit to raise awareness of how an active, healthy life can help reduce the risk of diabetes. Do you have a story to sell? Get in touch with us at webcelebs@mirror.co.uk or call us direct 0207 29 33 033.